Going straight back.
Oh.
Now we're going straight up. Now we're coming to the inverted. Right, there we are inverted.
You gotta be kidding me.
Now we're heading straight down. And now we start to pull up. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do a roll to the left, okay?
Okay.
Aileron roll to the left. So I'm going to raise the nose about 25 or 30 degrees. We'll just check, and then we'll roll around. It only takes 4 seconds to go around. Happens quite quickly, and it's pretty smooth. Not going to feel a lot of G's, maybe 2 G's, 2.5 at the most.
That would be basically 2.5 times my body weight.
At the most, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we're all set. You all set? You comfy?
I think so.
Okay, here we go. So we'll just ease the back, left, and around we go.
Oh my God! Come on!
How was that?
In the summer of 2017, I had an opportunity to fly across North America in a 2-seater RV-6 airplane. The pilot was Dave McElroy, one of only 200 people who have flown around the world in a single-engine airplane. Over the next 4 days, we made our way from the west coast of Canada down into the United States, ending in Toronto, Canada. This is my incredible adventure.
Okay, here we are. We've just departed Missoula, Montana 5 minutes ago. Missoula the airport sits at 3,000 feet above sea level. We're now at 8,500 feet. We're just coming up, brushing the bottom of a ceiling here. So I'm going to level off at 8,500 feet. So there is an altocumulus just in front of us. And rather than deviate, I'm going to pass through it or just skim the bottom of it. But I was just about to say, if we go through it, you'll find several things. As soon as we enter the cloud,
Echo is 12,020 BME.
As soon as we enter the cloud, temperature will drop, and it'll be bumpy.
Oh, really?
And of course, you can't see anything. You don't know which way is up and down. Believe me, you don't. But see, we're just coming up to it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take it off autopilot now. I'm hand flying it.
Just do my straps up here a little bit.
It looks like we're not really going into it. Just carry on here.
Oh, wow. Even that is such a wild view.
Yeah, it's lovely. That'll be a nice view with the under fuselage camera. Okay, we're past it, so I'll go back on autopilot.
And Charlie Foxtrot Yankee Quebec Sierra, you're in an area that I'm not going to be able to provide any service for you. And you can remain on your present code if you want, and suggest you contact Salt Lake Center on 12. Actually, Charlie Foxtrot Yankee Quebec Sierra, what's your destination today?
We're going to Miles City.
Charlie Foxtrot Yankee Quebec Sierra, state type aircraft.
Yeah, we're Romeo Victor 6.
I take it you have enough experience that you don't need them?
Yeah, that's just interest. Crosswind.
Shared and Trailblazer 449. Hello, Trailblazer 449 Beach Jets. We are 20 minutes out. A couple of folks were, I believe you have one of the cars. Bring it around.
Very nice. You okay to be in the video? It's a small clip.
So here we are in beautiful downtown Miles City, Montana, and it is a beautiful day here. It's about 8-9 degrees out there right now, Celsius. You know about Celsius?
Yes,
Yeah,
we're close enough to the border to know
heard about
Celsius.
that? Yeah. So we're in Miles City. We flew yesterday from Kelowna, and we're off to Minneapolis today. We're not going to go out any further because of this massive storm system in the east. That we're probably overnight in Minneapolis. But anyways, we're off for a very pleasant flight. And Steve, you were just asking about maybe doing some photo work.
So I don't know enough about the aviation industry, but I only know that out of the airports that we've been landing in, this one seems to be not as busy as some of the others. So Dave here has a plane that is capable of doing loops and backflips and yada yada yada. Would we be allowed, or would I be allowed to stand by the airport or by the side of the lane or whatnot, or the landing strip, and get some video?
Yeah, I don't have any problem with that. We're not that busy, so we're an on-tower airport, and there's really not much regulations on the field, so we'll just get you right up next to the runway, and
Like I can stand on the runway?
yep,
Next to it.
Next to it.
Not on the runway, but we'll have to have you up to the side a little bit, and
Okay, can I put a camera, let's say, in the middle of the runway and then press record and go on?
sure, why not? As long as your pilot doesn't hit the camera, we'll be good.
Lee, are you sure? Like, I don't want to get in trouble.
Nope, I'm pretty much sure I pretty much own this airport, and as of today, we're just going to make it happen and ask for permission later.
Okay, I think we're good to go. All right. And the time is 30. Okay, so here we are, just 300 feet above the Miles City Airport. We're doing an abbreviated circuit here. We're going to do a low pass over runway 13 and then do a fairly brisk pull up to the right.
Okay.
Okay, so you're going to feel some G's, which you're not used to, because actually right about now, because I'm going to do a pretty tight turn in.
Okay.
And we're at cruise speed. I'm doing a tight turn, so you probably feel a little bit of G as we go into this. Not bad.
Yeah.
And then we're going to descend a couple of 100 feet, and we're going to skim across the runway at about 30 feet. At high speed, like we're up to 175 now. And we're just turning short final for runway 13. We're at about 200 feet above the runway surface now. We're down to 100 feet now, and we'll descend to probably 30, 40 feet above the runway. We're doing 190 miles an hour now.
Yeah, that's close.
And we're down to less than 50, probably 30 feet now. And we'll just skim along the runway. at high speed, holding our altitude about 30, and now I'm going to pull up and you'll feel some G.
Oh my God!
Fairly brisk turn.
Oh my God! I'm surprised that it's not falling out of the air like that.
That was 3.9 Gs.
I like that.
Yeah. Okay, now we're going to set course for Aberdeen. Around to the left. That's about 45 degrees, maybe 50. Aberdeen traffic, it's RV-6 Yankee Quebec Sierra, 5 miles northwest. We'll be joining downwind left hand for 3-1.
Hey, Matt, you copy? Yeah. Hey, this is your cousin Ryan. I'm number 2 behind you in the money. Oh, hey, how's it going? Good, man. I didn't even know you were in town. Yeah, just out tonight.
We're waiting for that guy to take off.
Anyway, just be up in a moment.
Oh, okay.
Favoring runway 18. Currently 18011 with first straight in runway 18.
So Dave, we've been flying from Kelowna to Toronto over the last few days. Been talking on and off about the Give Hope Wings and what you're doing. Can you tell us a little bit about that and how this trip relates to that?
Sure. So, what is Give Hope Wings? Give Hope Wings is a highly visible, innovative flying project early next year, early 2018. The circumnavigation of Central and South America by 2 high-performance home-built aircraft, this RV-6 and my friend's RV-9. The whole objective of this flight, yes, we're going to have a nice flight, but the whole objective of it is to raise $400,000 or $500,000 at least for Hope Air. What is Hope Air?
32, contact Milwaukee.
Stand by
125.35. Take care.
25, 35, AC 39, 32. Good day.
It's okay.
Yep. What is Hope Air? Hope Air is an amazing, lean and mean, iconic, noble Canadian charity. For 30 years, Hope Air has been providing free medical flights to low-income Canadians who need to get to health care far from home. Lots of people need, now a typical Hope Air mission would be flying a 10-year-old kid from Smithers, BC to 10 trips to the cancer clinic for treatments over 10 months. And in that particular case, it's a 14-hour drive, uncomfortable drive, versus an hour-and-a-half flight.
And that would be all essentially free of charge for the individual.
Absolutely
Don't
free
need
of
a charge.
charge. And if it's a kid, his guardian as well, his mother or parent or guardian, absolutely. So Give Hope Wings is about raising money and awareness for this great charity, a very lean and mean, noble Canadian charity. So it's telling us 234, 235,
7 Zulu Mike, contact Minneapolis Center 125.
which would be 45.
125.
But that'll, once we get higher, we'll get better speed.
A little bit better speed.
See the tower there? You wouldn't want to be running into that.
Oh, yeah.
Now, if I turned towards it, I'd get an alarm.
Well, how high do you think that is?
We're at 2,000. That's probably at 1,700.
Fuck.
That's why the flashing lights, for airplanes.
RV Yankee Quebec Sierra, you cleared to enter the Bravo airspace. Start a VFR climb now up to 5,500.
Yankee Quebec Sierra to 5.5. Thank you.
RV Yankee Quebec Sierra, contact Minneapolis departure 132.907, 3297, and just let them know you want to keep going up.
3297, thank you.
November 479055, you're making a full...
And transferred over to another controller.
Hey, so what are the rules when you're flying over a city, like Toronto or something?
Hang on a second.
Oh, sorry.
Center, it's Canadian Fox Yankee Quebec Sierra with you 2.5 for 5.5.
RV Charlie Fox Yankee Quebec Sierra, Minneapolis departure, Minneapolis altimeter 2969er.
9er69er, and we're looking for 9.5 eventually. So the rules, it's 1,000 feet over a city, above ground level. You're supposed to be 1,000 feet.
But there's got to be buildings that are more than, like, what about the CN Tower?
Yeah, no, 1,000 feet over the city, over the structures.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, I fly around the CN Tower all the time.
Oh, really?
Actually, we might do that on the way in.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah, you want to do that? It'd be good movies, yeah.
Oh my God, it'd be amazing.
Yeah.
What are the rules for that though? Like,
they're pretty relaxed because the airport's right there, the island airport.
yeah.
So, I mean,
Like you're allowed to buzz the CN Tower?
not allowed to buzz it, but we do it.
All right, sounds good to me. Actually, we just got that conversation on video, so
yeah.
I'll put that on right before the part of the buzzing it. So Dave, I've been lucky enough to experience the trip from Kelowna to Toronto that we've been doing over the last couple of days. How will a trip like this, my experience, be different or similar to your circumnavigation of Central and South America?
Good question. Actually, in a lot of respects, it'll be very similar. Because in our case, we had some weather delays. We had to stage our trip due to weather to avoid some actually quite nasty weather. So we took 4 days. I mean, we could have easily done this trip in 2 days.
Yeah.
We took 4 days, and it was kind of relaxed. We weren't flying 8 hours a day. We were flying 4 or 5 hours a day, sometimes even less, like today. So that's what our trip is going to be like, except it's going to be 10 times as long. Our flight across Canada is basically just under 2,000 nautical miles. Our trip around South America is going to be 17,000 nautical miles. So almost 10 times the distance. No, it's 1,700 versus 17,000. It's exactly 10 times the distance. And we're going to put on about 11 and a half hours on this trip. We're going to do 125 hours on the Give Hope Wings mission. So that's 10 times the time. And we're doing this over 4 days. We're going to do 60 days.
Yep.
We're going to have lots of stops for sightseeing, etc. Because we're not trying to break any speed records here. We're trying to have a very enjoyable and very highly visible flight to raise awareness. We'll be broadcasting and tweeting and Facebooking all the way along. We'll be posting videos every day. And
So very similar to what we're doing right now.
Yeah, exactly. And our followers are going to have great fun with us because they're on a trip like that. Now, the big difference is we're not going through 2 countries like this trip, U.S. and Canada. We're heading 20 countries. It's going to be 20 countries, 125 hours, 50 stops, 60 days, 20,000 statute miles.
Very nice. You know what else we're going to touch at? Because in the backpacking and climbing world, where I'm from, it's all about packing ultralight and small and being able to carry everything you got. And I've noticed you've got pretty limited space in the back of the aircraft. So how is it packing for 60 days when you can only bring a duffel bag or a small duffel bag?
7.6 climbing.
Well, we're going to be wearing our flying uniforms. We've got, and I'm not wearing it today.
Yeah.
Climb to 11,000, water ski.
I'm going to pause.
Yeah.
Water ski 4612, Able, proceed direct Hunka, and join the Matty 3 arrival from there.
Okay, direct Hunka, join the Matty 3 water ski 46.
You can see the shoreline there, and you can see, so we're approaching halfway, and you can see both shorelines. very unusual. Usually the weather's not nearly this good.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I see you got the little...
Contrails.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll go back to this answering this question.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, shall I? The question was...
So basically I wanted you to chat about how you're going to pack for the trip, 60 days, and you got limited space. You know.
So yeah, how are we going to pack for this trip? Well, the amount of clothing we're taking is quite light. Like, we've got uniform shirts. We got 3 shirts, 1 long sleeve and 2 short sleeve.
There you go.
We're going to be in summer. It's January, February. We're going to be in summer in the southern hemisphere. So we'll wear those 2 short sleeve shirts. We can wash them out in the sink at night.
Yep.
And, you know, a few pairs of shirts and socks and a couple of pairs of trousers and shorts and shaving kit, and that's it.
Yeah.
And as far as gear, you know, we've got, as for this trip...
Charlie Foxtrot Yankee, Quebec Sierra, contact Muskegon, approach 133.82, 3382.
Muskegon, 133.82 for Yankee, Quebec Sierra, thanks.
Sure.
I have to do this. So as I say, what we pack on the trip is pretty limited. You know, some shirts, which is our uniform, shorts, a couple of pairs of shoes and trousers, and that's it. Emergency equipment, it's the same emergency equipment that I've got here, survival equipment, in case we went down somewhere. But that we've got the same here. So we're not packed. Actually, we're en route now to the Hope Air annual general meeting, and I've got supplies that I'm taking from my other two flying partners. So we're actually, like, all their uniforms and a bunch of literature. So we're actually packed much heavier than we will be on our trip.
Oh, okay.
Now I'm going to ask a question for you.
Yes.
So here we are, we're cruising at 9,500 feet in gorgeous weather visibility. We're exactly halfway across Lake Michigan, which is 70 nautical miles, so call it 80 miles across. So it's about 40 miles ahead to that shore, and it's about 40 miles behind to that one. How does that make you feel in a single-engine aircraft?
November 459er, Delta Lima, Muskegon approach.
Well, I remember I asked that if the engine cuts out, we'll drop it about 1,000 feet per minute, right?
Right.
So how much distance?
Well, actually, not even that. Probably 7. Well, our range is about 12 to 1. So for every mile high we are, we can fly about 12 miles.
Oh, really?
Okay. So we're 2 miles high, right? Pretty much.
Okay.
Just about 10,000 feet.
So we'd be
we can glide for 24 miles.
12 o'clock, 4 miles.
We're not going to make it short.
But we'd be close though, right?
Type unknown.
Okay, I'm looking now.
Well, you mean we'd only be 8 miles offshore?
Yeah.
Does that feel good for you? You're an optimist. How's your life jacket fitting?
Yeah, there's none in here, is there?
You're fresh out. Yeah. So to answer your question, if the engine quit about now, we'd have a pretty bad day.
Yeah, it would be bad, eh?
It would be a bad day.
What actually, so you've probably clearly never done a water landing. You've got fixed landing gear.
Yeah, so we're 32 miles from shore right now, nautical miles, and our another 10 miles, and we'd be close to making close.
Yeah, that's assuming there's a place to land.
Well, I mean, just getting close to shore so that we'd survive.
Oh,
you know, I mean, so to go to your question about if we had to do a water landing, it would be difficult because we're in a fixed gear. We can't put the wheels up. So the problem is we would mush in like this. We'd mush in like this. Minimum airspeed. I could get the airspeed down to 50 miles per hour.
Oh, and then try and get the ass in first.
And then try and mush on this way. But at 50 miles an hour, of course, as soon as those main gear hits, then you flip over, which is difficult.
Yeah.
Because then you got to get this open, and you're upside down, and the world changes pretty quick, and there's water pouring in.
Fuck yeah.
And, yeah.
One niner 000, wind 340 at 12. Gusting 18, visibility 15, few clouds, stop.
Yankee Quebec Sierra, 3.3 miles south.
Yankee Quebec Sierra Tower, wind 33010, gusting 16, clear to land, runway 33.
Clear to land, 33, Quebec Sierra. Taxiway here? Yep. Yeah.
Yankee Quebec Sierra Tower, where are you parking?
Millionaire, please.
Yankee Quebec Sierra Tower, taxi, runway 03, Echo.
Oh, no, that's not.